Hello everyone. So in the last lecture we studied the format of contract account, basic concepts of contract. All of you have a brief brush up and revision of the same before you start with today's lecture. We studied who is a contractor, the person who undertakes our job. Who is a contractee, the client, the customer for whom the job is undertaken. Then we studied subcontractors, plumbers, electricians, etc. Then we studied notional profit. Important point, you all must revise in the previous lecture and must have written in the notebook, so revise that. I told you in notional profit, you remember 3 percentages, 25, 50, 90. And transfer to P&L account, up to 25% nil. We create a reserve for whole amount. 25 to 50%, one third. One third of what? 1/3 into notional profit into cash received upon work certified. 51 to 90%, 2/3. 2/3 into cash received into notional profit into cash received upon work certified. 91 to 99% estimated profit, and 100% entire notional profit, or else, in fact, entire profit is transferred to P&L account, or else, if full amount of cash is not received, then notional profit into cash received upon work certified. So revise these points properly, and we start with the first practical question of contract costing. Look at it. Question number 5 of your study material. The following details are available from the books of accounts of a contractor with respect to the particular construction work for the year ended 31st March 2019. Contract price. This will help us in calculating the percentage of work done also. Establishment expenses we will write in contract account on debit side. It's an expense. Depreciation on plant. Now we discussed that depreciation on plant is not recorded directly but indirectly. You all must remember that in the last lecture. So this will have no entry, because what we are going to record is the value of plant sent on the debit side and the value of plant at the end of the year on the credit side, and this depreciation will automatically indirectly get recorded. Once we solve the question, you'll understand it. Material consumed is an expense, it will come on the debit side. Direct wages paid is an expense, it will come on the debit side. All of you must be doing these markings so that it is easy when we solve the question. Planning and estimation cost is an expense, debit side. Now this is what I was saying regarding depreciation. Cost of plant installed at site will come on the debit side. Okay, cost of plant installed at site will come on the debit side, and you all can see here. Okay, let's come on the right side first, then I'll discuss about this depreciation. Cost of work certified will come in credit side under the heading work in progress. Okay, under the heading work in progress. Cash received from contractee. Now this cash received from contractee has no entry in contract account, but it is 90% of work certified. So from this amount we will be able to find work certified, and that work certified will come on credit side. I repeat, cash received from contractee has no entry in the contract account, but cash received, this 1,47,60,000 is 90% of work certified. Okay, so from this cash received we can find work certified, and that work certified will come in contract account on credit side. We will see in the workings how to find work certified from the from the cash received. Head office expenses apportioned, so expenses will come on the debit side. Okay, head office expenses apportioned is like administration expenses. As I said, one builder may be running 5-6 projects. So whatever administration and head office expenses are there will be apportioned to each and every project. So in that particular contract, the expenses apportioned or allocated will come on the debit side. Then work uncertified will come on the credit side. Okay. Then direct expenses paid will come on the debit side. On 31st March 2018, it should be 31st March 2019, make the correction. 31st March 2019 means closing balances. Material at site will come on the credit side. Accrued means outstanding direct wages. So here all of you put tick on direct wages. We will add indirect wages. accrued or outstanding. This in 61 lakh 1000 will add this 1 lakh 50,000. And exactly same way, accrued direct expenses, we will add indirect expenses. So all of you put tick on direct expenses paid, this 30,000. Tick so that when we come to that expense, tick means we remember that something is to be added. Now plant at site means closing balance of plant, that will come on the credit side. You all can see this difference. As I said, we will record plant on the debit side 12 lakhs, plant at site on the credit side 11 lakh 16,000. All of you find the difference. 12 lakhs minus 11 lakh 16,000, you'll find the difference is 84,000. That is what is this depreciation. That's why we said depreciation will have no entry, because it automatically gets recorded. How come it automatically gets recorded? You debit 12 lakhs for the plant at site, closing value of plant you credit 11 lakh 16,000. So difference of two amount automatically represents depreciation. So separate entry for depreciation is not to be passed. One more correction I would like to make. We don't have to find work certified, because that cost of work certified is already given 1 crore 64 lakhs. All of you just cross verify. Is this 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 90% of 1 crore 64 lakhs or not? Or if you do 1 crore 64 lakhs into 90%, you'll find 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000. Yes, but if this 1 crore 64 lakhs was not given in the question, then we could have obtained it from from cash receipt. Or if you try in your calculators, 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000, try this in calculator, divided by 90 and press percentage. 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 divided by 98 percentage. You'll get this 1 crore 64 lakhs. So in case if this cost of work certified was not given, then how could we find that work certified from the amount of cash received? However, in this question, work certified is already given. I repeat, if the work certified 1 crore 64 lakhs was not given, then from cash received 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000, which is 90% of work certified, we could have obtained 1 crore 64 lakhs. How could we have obtained it? 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 divided by 90%. Now all of you make this format. Heading will be contract account in the books of Deluxe. Okay, Deluxe is the name. No, sorry, Deluxe is not the name. Name is not given. So keep it in the books of ... And for the year ended 31/3/90. Okay, all of you make this format for the year ended 31/3/90. Contract account in the books of ... Name is not given for the year ended 31/3/90. Just like P&L account, we used to give the heading profit and loss account for the year ended 31/3/19. Same way, contract account for the year ended 31/3/19. And debit and credit and particulars and amount. Same format like we used to make for profit and loss account. Pause the video and make this format fast, everyone. Yes, I hope everyone would have done this formats. Now let us record the things. Very first, contract price 1 crore 90 lakhs will not be recorded anywhere. Establishment expenses will come on debit side 4 lakh 40,000. So all of you write down 2 establishment expenses, and amount is 4 lakh 40,000. Then after establishment expenses, depreciation on plant has no entry. Then material, so this has been recorded. Then material consumed 71 lakh 52,000 will come on the debit side. So all of you write down 2 material consumed, $71 lakh 52,000. Then after material consumed, direct wages we have put tick on it, 61 lakh 1,000. So write it in inner column. Okay, 2 direct wages. In inner column, all of you write 61 lakh 1,000. Now in that we have to add, what we have to add? This accrued direct expenses or wages of 1 lakh 50,000. Okay, that's why we had put tick. So you'll add further plus accrued or outstanding. Okay, plus accrued or outstanding 1,50,000. Accrued or outstanding is 1,50,000. And then in outer column we'll get 62,51,000. Then after direct wages we have direct wages is recorded. Planning and estimation cost 6 lakhs. Again on the debit side, it's an expense. Planning and estimation cost amount is 6 lakhs. Okay. Then after planning and estimation cost, we have cost of plant installed at site 12 lakhs. Okay, this also will come on the debit side instead of depreciation. So plant in bracket at cost, that is 12 lakhs. Then after plant we have cost of work certified 1 crore 64 lakhs, that will come on the credit side. First on credit side we'll give the heading by work in progress, and in that work in progress all of you underline it. Below that we will write work certified, that amount is given as 1 crore 64 lakhs. Then we will have work uncertified, now cash receipt we don't have to record. Okay, and you can see here this work uncertified has been given as 6,40,000, so that you can immediately write over there, or you can keep a space for it if it is not given in the immediately next line. 6,40,000 is work uncertified, so total would come to how much? 1 crore 64 lakhs plus 6,40,000, that is 1 crore 70,40,000. That is work in progress. Okay, 1 crore 64 lakhs work certified, 6,40,000 work uncertified, so 1 crore 70,40,000. Now in between we missed out this head office expenses apportioned 5,50,000 will come on the debit side. So to head office expenses apportioned, that is 5,50,000. To head office expenses 5,50,000. Then cost of work uncertified we have recorded. Direct expenses we have put tick, so again this 30,000 you all write it in inner column. To direct expenses paid 30,000 in inner column. Now in that again we will add, what will we add? This accrued or outstanding amount of 19,000. Okay, like we did in direct wages. So here further we will add plus accrued amount of 19,000. 30,000 plus 19,000 will get 49,000. Then after direct expenses, plant at site closing value on 31st March 19 will come on the credit side, 11,16,000. Okay, and this material at site also 1,60,000. Both these amounts will come on the credit side after direct expenses. By balance carried down, closing balance, so all of you write it as balance carried down. In balance carried down, two things will come. One is materials at site. So what is the value of materials at site? 1,60,000. Okay, materials at site is 1,60,000. And then after materials at site, plant at site is 11,16,000. Okay, closing value of plant at site is 11,16,000. Total in the outer column will come 11,16,000 plus 1,60,000, so 12,76,000. This is the closing balance. Okay, 1,60,000 plus 11,16,000, 12,76,000. Now, so this first part of contract costing is done and each and every item has been recorded. Now we do its balancing. So all of you do the total of credit side first. 1 crore 70,40,000 plus 12,76,000. Credit side total comes to 1,83,16,000. Okay, 1,83,16,000. All of you write it on both the sides. 1,83,16,000 on both the sides. Now, from that you subtract the debit amounts. So do minus 4,40,000, minus 71,52,000, minus 62,51,000, minus 6 lakhs, minus 12 lakhs, minus 5,50,000, minus 49,000. So you all get a notional profit of 20,74,000. Here you write down 20,74,000. That is 2 notional profit carried down, in bracket balancing figure. Okay, balancing figure 20,74,000 we obtain as notional profit. Okay, all of you can cross check. 1,83,16,000 minus 4,40,000 minus 71,52,000 minus 62,51,000 minus 6 lakhs minus 12 lakhs minus 5,50,000 minus 49,000. So you all must get this 20,74,000. Now this notional profit we discussed in the first lecture, will take it on the opposite side. So all of you write down by notional profit brought down. Okay, we'll take it on the opposite side. Here one line will come above also. So opposite side, all of you write down by notional profit brought down $20,74,000. Okay, by notional profit brought down 20,74,000. Opposite side. Now we have to make that workings. Okay, which workings we have to make? You have to find first the percentage of work done, and from that we have to decide what part of notional profit will be transferred to P&L account and what part will be transferred to reserves. So we'll be making that workings now. So we'll make the working note over here. What workings we have to make? First we have to find percentage of work completed or work done. Look at this. Also I have made you write it in the notebook in the summary in the last lecture. All of you check it after that notional profit, which we have made the whole table. Below that you have written it. Check it up in the formula, everyone. Percentage of work done is obtained as work certified divided by contract price into 100. Okay, so what total part of the whole contract is completed we can find from this. Work certified divided by contract price into 100. Now in this question, all of you can see work certified is 1,64 lakhs and contract price is 1,90 lakhs. So out of 1,90 lakhs we have done the work of 1,64 lakhs. Okay, out of 1,90 lakhs we have done the work worth rupees 1,64 lakhs. So what percentage of work is done? All of you count it. 1,64 lakhs divided by 1,90 lakhs into 100. 86.32 percentage. Do you all get this? 86.315 means 32 percentage. Now, which are the 5 categories we studied in notional profit? Up to 25 percentage work done. First, 26 to 50%, second, 51 to 90%, third, 91 to 99%, fourth, and 100% fifth. So this 86.32 percentage of work done comes in which category? It comes in the category of 51 to 90%. Is it or not? 86.32 percentage means 51 to 90% of work is done. So which proportion will be transferred to P&L account? 2/3 part will come in that formula. So that we'll now calculate in the second workings. What amount will be transferred? Okay, what amount to be transferred to profit and loss account? because more than half work is done. So what amount to be transferred to P&L account? Two-third part means two-third. The formula is two-third into notional profit into cash received upon work certified. So 2 by 3 into what notional profit did we get here? 20 lakh 74,000. Okay. So 2 by 3 into 20 lakh 74,000 into cash received upon work certified. Now you all can either do 14 lakh 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 is the cash received upon 1 crore 64 lakhs is the work certified. So 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 is the cash received upon 1 crore 64 lakhs is the work certified. Or else, okay, or else, just listen carefully. Cash received upon work certified, if we go by the formula, then obviously you get this amount. If you go by the formula, then you get this 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 divided by 1 crore 64 lakhs, right? But here it is given cash received is 90% of work certified. Okay, clearly given 90% of work certified. So it means if work certified is 100, cash received is 90. So instead of this part, even if you do simply 90 by 100, you'll get the same amount. Okay. Why to take so huge figures? 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 upon 1 crore 64 lakhs. You can take those figures if this information in bracket was not given. It is already given that cash received is 90% of work certified. Means when work certified is 100, cash received is 90. So no need to take these huge figures. In your calculator, you'll get the same answer. Whether you do 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 upon 1 crore 64 lakhs or you do 90 by 100, you'll get the same answer. See, check it up everyone. Do it. 2 by 3, 2 divided by 3. Okay, 2 divided by 3 into 20 lakh 74,000 into 90 divided by 100. Either you do this or you get 12 lakh 44,400. Okay, round it off to 12 lakh 44,400. Or even if you do in your calculator, check it up everyone. This big figures. 2 by 3 into 20 lakh 74,000 into this huge figures also if you do. Which huge figures? 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000 divided by 1 crore 64 lakhs, then also you'll get the same answer. But maybe in your calculator, if it doesn't allow, you may get error also. So you first divide. Okay, you can do 2 divided by 3 into 20 lakh 74,000. Then you first do divide by 1 crore 64 lakhs. And then you do into 1 crore 47 lakh 60,000. You'll get the same answer, 12 lakh 44,400. So you always go by this one. It is better if you're already given cash received is what percentage of work certified, then directly from that you do CR upon WC. So what amount will be transferred to P&L account? 12 lakh 44,400. Now how will we record this? Understand it? Now let us understand how to record this in profit in this contract account. Understand it? Debit side to profit and loss account. Okay, to profit and loss account in bracket working note 2. This is what we have obtained in working note 2. What amount do we have to transfer to P&L account as we worked out here? Amount to be transferred to P&L account is 12 lakh 44,400. So that amount will come over here, 12 lakh 44,400, and remaining amount will be transferred to reserves. To reserves carried down. Balancing figure will be transferred to reserves. So first credit side total, all of you write on both the sides. 20 lakh 74,000 will come on both the sides. And from that, if you do the balancing, then 20 lakh 74,000. From that you will minus. Okay, 12 lakh 44,400. Do it in calculators. 20 lakh 74,000 minus 12 lakh 44,400. So that comes to 8 lakh 29,600. 8 lakh 29,600. That amount will be transferred to reserves. Balancing figure again. Okay. Now the third part, what I explained you in the first lecture, is opening balances of next year. Okay. So like this notional profit, first you take on the opposite side. Same way now reserves we will first take on the opposite side. Okay. So last part will represent the opening balances of next year. By reserves brought down 12,44,400. Thereafter, this work in progress and balance carried down. Both these will be written on the debit side, opposite side. So you'll write here debit side to work in progress brought down. Directly from there you can take work in progress brought down 1,70,40,000. That will come on the debit side. 1,70,40,000. Okay. No need to show the details here, how much is certified or uncertified. That work is to be carried forward just to the next year. And then this opening balances of material and plant we will write on the debit side. That we will show separately because next year also will require the plant and materials amount separately. So to balance brought down, okay, to balance brought down, in that we will show materials and plant. Now what amount of material and plant is there in the closing balance? 1,60,000 and 11,16,000. Okay, so 1,60,000 and 11,16,000. So total amount of both of them comes to 12,76,000. Outer column 12,76,000. Now third part we don't have to do any balancing. Okay, in the third part we don't have to do any balancing. I hope everyone is clear with this question. Very simple and scoring questions of contract costing, and more practice of this kind of question will do at least for 2 more lectures. So you all will be completely confident with these type of questions. That will be all in this lecture. See you in the next lecture with more practice of such type of questions. Bye everyone. Take care.